by the legendary Andre Agassi, the 8-time Grand Slam champion and Olympic gold medalist. Things are only getting bigger by the day. Indeed, the biggest worldwide movement of pickleball here at the Pickleball World Rankings. 750 players from across the globe at the PWR DUPR India Masters here in the capital city of New Delhi. This event features a massive prize pool of $50,000. And a big shout out to PWR's anchor investor, the Times Group. We're here because of the Times Group. Incredible efforts to get this going here at the RK Khanna Tennis Stadium. Top players from across continents, from Australia, America, Netherlands, across Asia, and more importantly, from an Indian perspective, for everyone joining us in India, you'll see the Indian sensations, Arman Bhatia, Aditya Ruhela, Harsh Mehta, all of them in action on championship court. And once again, joining me in the comm box, alongside me, Sarthak Chinmay is here.
Just getting my breath back as usual, but the energy, I promise you, will be high. It was fantastic to see the energy on court right now, just before the game. Both the girls ready and raring to go. As you can see, a lot of this game, as opposed to the last one, being played in close quarters, especially by Roos, the Dutch girl, and Danni, who likes some sort of back and forth, at least an eyeball. But I think these ladies are too in love with the sport and have tremendous respect for the opponent. Really hoping for the sake of this game that it goes longer, hopefully to a third set, as opposed to the last one that was pretty one-sided through and through. Didn't have much coming in from one end. I don't know how much of a difference the side makes in the start, because we've seen on your screen the right side of the screen is where the ball isn't bouncing as well. But then again, we saw pay dominate from both sides, so who am I to judge? As you guys can probably see on the screen, the warm-ups happening. Essential part for those of you who don't play sports. What you need to realize is these girls are playing 3 to 4 games before they even reach, 4 games rather, before they reach the quarterfinals. So the body tends to heat up, cool down, the muscles start cramping. So just to get, as you do with specifically probably a diesel engine, you need to get it going again. So just slow strokes, full length strokes, so you're getting those muscles active, and then back to it. And hydration, of course, a very, very important aspect of any sport, specifically if you're playing under this Delhi sun. Well, honestly, it's not been too bad today. We've been here since 8 or 9 in the morning, so it has been, luckily, it's been a little windy. As we see the girls just about ready to take center court for this quarterfinal. We've already seen Pei go through to the semis. Someone between Roos and Danni will go in about 30 odd minutes, I reckon, if it does go to all 3 sets. Well, live play almost underway. Girls look warmed up, ready to go. Like I said, a lot of respect between these two girls for each other, who've actually never played each other in a singles game. So that should be interesting to watch now.
Game 1, time in, 0-0. Point.
And instantly, not the longest rally to start off with.
1-0.
Right off the bat, extremely aggressive play by Roos. See that backhanded slap shot across the court.
0-1.
Well, looked fantastic from up here.
Point.
Well, already right from the beginning. The game looking much closer than the previous quarterfinal.
One. Football. Point.
Byron's been fantastic on the line as a referee today. Was lucky to have a chat with him last night in the hotel. Top man.
2-1.
Love his energy.
Side out.
Smooth there by Danni, or Danielle. I keep forgetting she loves being called Danielle and not Danni. Hopefully they change the name on the screen as well. But look, already in this game you can see that the rallies are a little longer. The game looks to be a little more intense, a little more close as a contest. But again, the commentator's curse prevails as that was a 3-shot rally. So, who am I?
2-2. Point.
So already, based on the first quarterfinal, this game being played very minimally from the baseline. A lot of the action happening in close quarters as opposed to the last game, and it just seems to be a much closer competition. And
Side out.
welcome back, Sarthak. The game is much closer than the last one, buddy. I was just telling our listeners that already this game very different from the last one. Not being played too much from the baseline, as we see Danielle still strengthening the hold.
Definitely closer the first game than the previous quarterfinal.
3-2.
On her serve now, Danni goes to the forehand of Roos. Ooh. Oh, what a shot that is from Roos V Reek. Phenomenal to keep her balance, to know that this needs to be hit down the line, takes the risk, the riskier option with that shot, and what a point.
Side out.
Curse of the commentator.
Looking for the same shot. Really not needed that, because the cross-court side was completely open. Maybe just a push there, just drop the pace. Wow!
Side out.
We asked for it, right? And she delivers the cross-court from the forehand side. Looking really solid.
Gotta love that Dutch finesse there, man. Just a little bit of Johan Cruyff in that. There, you can tell I'm already a football fan, but Netherlands versus Australia, always a fascinating game in the world of sports.
Point.
3 each here. The margins, the barest of margins, are always a centimeter here or centimeter there. I mean, and that makes the difference, doesn't it?
4-3.
Wow!
Point.
Using that forward momentum, transferring her body weight, and just explodes that forehand cross-court, snatches the break back,
5-3.
has the 2-point lead now. Ooh, on the run, Novak Djokovic-esque, looking to do something like the latest tennis sensation. The number one, Yannick Sinner does those quite a bit. Forehand on the run. So for all our viewers who new to the sport, let me tell you, the area next to the net, the darker shade of blue, is called the kitchen. You cannot step into it. Hence, you'll see the players being very careful, making sure they don't step on that line. And that is a beautiful forehand inside out from the Australian. Levels things here as we share the rules. You want to play in the transition zone, which is the lighter shade of the blue here. You want to win all the points from there. You cannot step into the kitchen area
Unless
unless you want to do something very fancy, which we haven't seen. Maybe the Ernies, the birds. There's a lot of these shots which will absolutely show up.
when Sarthak, I've been asking you since morning.
Well, things have just started. You have to be patient, my friend Chinmay. Wait for it. There'll be an avalanche of ATPs, tsunami of Ernies. Let's just wait for it.
Point.
The wind. You can see how the ball spun towards the sideline. Wind a major factor because this is not an indoor court.
6-5.
It's an open outdoor court, massive one here at the RK Khanna Tennis Stadium.
Felt like a Vakar Yunus in-swinger there, man.
Side out.
Points looking good for Roos here, who's trying to capitalize this game. Like I said, much closer than the last one. Both girls really raring, going for it. Gears are high. Lots at stake. A place in the semi-final.
5-6.
Wow, talk
Side
of the counter-attacking ability, the defense first from Roos V Reek. She sent everything back, but maintaining her composure there at the kitchen line.
6-5.
Not doing anything extra, just keeping her composure.
Side out.
Consistency. You do something so good at the kitchen and then that costly error right after it for Danni.
Story of my life, doing not so good things in the
5-6.
kitchen. It's just somewhere I struggle all the time.
Nice
Point.
depth on that backhand from Roos V Reek. And it's a thriller here. 6 apiece. They're not
6-6.
letting anything go. Ooh,
Side out.
so this could have been an ATP. For all those who don't know what an ATP is, it's an around the post. So you take advantage of the running forehand or the
6-6.
running backhand and just hit it from around the post and win the point. She's had to run a lot here. Look at the miles she's covering, Roos V Reek. This is intelligent. The IQ shown by the Australian Danni at 21. She's making Roos
7-6.
run a lot.
Or as we would say in India, bhaga bhaga ke thakao. And then slow to the death.
Side out.
But an error made by her. Danni, the Aussie. We're hoping that she capitalizes, but again, like I said, this game neck and neck.
6-7.
For somebody watching, it's fantastic.
Looking for that backhand
Point.
down the line. Doesn't get that one going. But it's such good athleticism on display here. Both of them, Roos and Danni, covering the court, covering every centimeter. The
7-7.
lateral movement, the backward and forward movement, incredible.
Point.
But you can see a little bit of tiredness starting to creep in. It's a
Time
rather
out,
dry day
receiver.
today in Delhi, but you
Score
can see the
8-7.
sweat pouring out of
1
Roos. That
minute.
tells you a lot about the effort she's had to put in. And I think Danni quite smartly has made a run all over the court. She seems a lot more relaxed right now than Roos does. But again, this is the first time I'm seeing them play. Sarthak, you've seen Roos play. What do you think of her gameplay? What do you reckon?
She's a very aggressive player. She loves to go after it, and especially with the point I was making earlier about how the sport is evolving. It's become a faster sport. The pace has increased significantly. You know, the drive's a major component. If you were speaking, say, about 11 months back with me, I would have said the dinks are a bigger component. But now it's about the pace, and that's helping Roos V Reek. She doesn't like to slow things down. You saw that in this first game. They're going for their shots. And dinks are something you see close to the kitchen, where you just sort of volley it back delicately. It's more like you're testing who's going to blink first. You take your time, nice and easy. But with these guys, it's more in the transition zone in the lighter shade of the blue on the court. They're
15
trying to just,
seconds.
go after it hard, and more like the ground strokes you see from some of the tennis players in the singles. The biggest names, the Roger Federers, the Novak Djokovic's, the Alcaraz, Sinners, they really go after it. In the older days, you'd see a lot more volleys.
Receiver, you have 1 timeout remaining. Server, you have 2 timeouts. Time in.
Roos to serve.
8-7. Point.
Hands trailing in the air, didn't seem too happy with herself there. As the service continues with Roos.
9-7.
I think that's a ploy that they could try. As you saw that shots high up in the air, because the wind is literally all over the place. If they do pan out the camera, you'll see the flags, especially on both ends where the crowds are sitting, flying pretty hard. So, Sarthak, what do you reckon? We just saw a shot hit up really high that swerved all over the place. Oh!
Game 11-7 to Daniel.
Game 1 done, 11-7 to Roos.
She's taking her time, Roos V Reek, and of course the breeze, a factor. It is playing a role in the points that we are seeing. We're seeing so many points that have been hit so close to the sidelines. And when you expect that to be a winner, maybe in an indoor court, not so much here because of the wind. So you have to understand which direction the wind is blowing and, accordingly factor that in your play.
I've always wondered in these breaks what exactly is going through these athletes' minds, because there's so much. Somebody's happy, somebody's, one of them is sad because they're obviously down. But I think that's something I would love to, as somebody who just loves sport, to go and ask them. I'm sure I'll try getting as much as I can out of them and relay that message to you as well. But right now it looks like
PWR DUPR India Masters, and we have 3 scintillating days coming your way. DUPR India Masters, and we have 3 scintillating days coming your way. Today, you'll see a lot of singles action on championship court. Quarterfinals underway here, and what a first game we had here. Roos V Reek winning its time, but now as we change sides, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out for Danni Townsend. She's waiting patiently. Roos will be the one who starts this second game on her own serve.
being a little sneaky there, as you can see, picking up... oh, there was actually something there. I thought it was just a little ploy to get it distracted. A little bit of debris there on the court as Roos will serve.
Okay, game 2, time in, 0-0.
Oof, classy shot there. Kept Danielle guessing and definitely got the better of her. You can see she's not too happy with herself, Danielle.
1-0. Side out. Zero, 1. Side out.
A lot of errors here we've seen in the first couple of games. Is that something you generally see, Sarthak, or this is an anomaly we've seen in the first 2 games?
Well, they're going after their shots, and we saw that in the first game as well. So high risk, high reward.
Point.
But again, a good start for Roos in this second game as well. And of course, we saw that in the previous quarterfinal. Momentum, winning the first game, how much that helped Pekau. She cemented her place in the semi-final. Wow, well done.
out.
Solid from Danni Townsend. Nice crisp hands at the net.
0-2. Side out.
So close, so close. Well, again, if you see the sheer pace on the Roos V Reek stroke there, that's what made it difficult
2-0.
for Danni Townsend. She thrives on that speed. Well done, nice and easy. Just pushes that one, doesn't do anything extra.
It's a little early, but I'm going to ask you again, what's your call for this game,
0-2.
buddy? You think Roos taking it away?
Well, with the kind of performance Roos has shown, I'll go with Roos. I have to go with Roos, but I would want Danni to
Side
keep
out.
this as tight as she kept the first one, because she had so many chances to win the first one as well.
Yeah, I think for the sake of the game and for the sake of
2-0.
all the viewers watching, we'd want longevity in this match.
Side out. Zero two. Side out. Two zero. Side out. Zero two. Point.
Beautiful there, beautiful stuff there. This is just such a fun sport to watch and play, rather, unlike a lot of the other ones, and which is why I think it's
1-2.
growing so quickly.
Side out.
Beautiful point you touch upon there. The easiness, the inclusivity of this sport, unlike any other one. I mean, if you start playing in about 15 minutes, from what I've heard
2-1.
of everyone across age groups, you get addicted to it. It's that easy to pick up and that much difficult to master.
I think my strained adductors will tell you otherwise. Literally give it.
Share that story with our viewers.
Point.
So, I got this gig and I've been super excited about the sport, and well, I did go to play after a heavy legs workout session. They were painting the other court, went for a
3-1.
sneaky little slide, did my adductor, and that's why you see, that was a fun rally to watch, and that's why you see the leg strength of all of these athletes, tremendous, something I should definitely work on.
Talk of passion and enjoying the sport. I hope that leg heals faster.
1-3.
But wow, what a sport. Indeed, such a fun, inclusive sport.
Point.
The community that this sport has built, it's just incredible. Like, if you just talk of the father sons, the mother daughter combos, so many of them. In fact, the best player in the world in the women's category, Anna Lee Waters, and her mother, Lee Waters, dominated the game for years. A mother-daughter duo.
Point.
Of course, the mother now not playing. She's coaching her daughter, who's
Receiver.
just
3-3,
so good on the
1 minute.
pickleball court, dominating the number one. But this is what I've heard across the pickleball tournaments, that it's the bonding that it creates, the families that it brings together, because you can play this with anyone. I heard the Murray brothers, you must have heard of Andy Murray, Jamie Murray. Andy Murray, of course, the Olympic gold medalist, multiple Grand Slam champion, Wimbledon champion, mentioned he can play a sport like pickleball or paddle with his father, with his family, unlike lawn tennis, and he can enjoy it. That's the beauty of this sport.
I know why you put so much pressure, because I've already got 4 missed calls from my mother since you started speaking. I think she's bitten by the bug. Mom, if you're hearing, yeah, when I'm back in Bombay, we'd probably play a game as well. But brilliant point there, mate. That it is a game that's easy to pick up and for all age groups, not too heavy on any of the body parts, not a lot of injuries that you can sustain. Of course, mine was a freak injury because there was painting happening on the side. But as a sport, very easy on the legs, super chill, and we see Danni showing off her footy skills there. Socceroos, well, not playing football today, but clearly Danielle loving that vibe.
Receiver, you have 1 timeout remaining. Server 2, time in. 3-3.
Ooh, beautiful rally starting there, and then unfortunately an error from Roos. Danni seems to have come out harder in this game. You can see Roos just a little tired, sweat glistening off her back, and rightfully so because she's been running a lot.
Side out.
And as you have a look, every time the ball goes in the air, it's doing a lot of things because of the wind. Don't know if they'll use that to their advantage. You also see Danni standing way behind the baseline as opposed to Roos, which is why Roos playing the softer shots with the softer hand. And as you can see there, Danni couldn't get to it.
Come on, Danni, let's go.
Side out.
Sheer speed to race to that kitchen, that is a major factor. How fast you can transfer your body weight forward, charge in, and cut that, you know, the shot coming at you from your opponent. That's what these two are doing so well. Again, you can see that shot from Roos V Reek, charges in. And then it's important to keep that balance because the shot that's coming at you, the ground stroke, is nice and solid. It's got that speed as well.
Side out.
Gone out of bounds there. And Sarthak, you know, even though you gave some beautiful insights, that last entire rally, all I could look at is that big yellow ball behind Danni, and I was wondering if we can go zorbing in that.
Yes.
It looks beautiful. To the top right of your screen, the Franklin pickleball, massive in size, and Franklin, of course, the official ball sponsor here, the PWR DUPR India Masters, as we see that beautiful forehand inside out from the Dutch lady. Roos V Reek setting championship court on fire with that one.
6-5.
She's been in some scintillating form today.
Short, what a return. I mean, she does not want to lose today. She is fighting tooth and nail for every point. Please conserve your energy. You've sweat enough already. You're tired. But she doesn't care at all. She's looking for blood, and she's going to get it.
Indeed. But I don't think she's thinking of conserving any energy here. For her, the goal is simple. Get the job done. Move ahead to the semi-final at the earliest. And wow, she's come with a plan, and she is definitely executing it.
Absolutely there, and you can see, like I've said at least 4 times before, that it is hot out there today, and Roos has done a lot of the running. But look, I'm more than happy if you're running as much. Or rather, she's more than happy if she has to run thrice as much. But at the end of the day, the 11 points are hers.
Totally, and just 4 points away now, Roos V Reek from moving into the semi-final. Danni has indeed shown a lot of fight, but again, the conditions not easy. You can see them taking their time here and getting used to not only the conditions, but also how the surface plays out. Because when this is championship court, we have so many courts here, and when you play on the outside courts, you train across the last few days, you're not training on the championship court so much. So you want to get used to this surface, and you saw the concern in the previous quarterfinal, but now again, this moment, this is where Danni has to know that she doesn't have much time. It's a knockout. She wins it, she goes to the semi-final. She loses this one, she's out.
Receive and server, you have 1 timeout apiece. Time in, 7-5.
Danni, don't waste.
Point.
She looks tired, doesn't she? Just errors that you wouldn't make when you have a fresh mind and a fresh body, and especially when you're down. It's literally 2 in the afternoon here. Peak heat on the court and off it as well. Smashed Biden there. Didn't seem too happy with that, as you can see. The old timer smiling. Oh, it's not a very hard ball. He's all right.
5-8.
Roos looking pumped up. She can eye the finish line now. Like I said, just small margins make a big difference in this game.
5. Point. Nine, 5.
Sets that long, Roos Van Reek,
Hello.
appreciating the effort from Danni. That's the spirit in which this wonderful contest has been played between the Dutch and the Australian.
How are you when you're playing, buddy? Are you a friendly, smiley guy, or do you bring out the trash talk? 'Cause I'm a trash talking kind of guy.
Well, we all have shades of multiple personalities in our when you're on court. You want to be the smiling guy, but come on,
6-9.
you want to be super competitive.
Side out.
And she is upset with herself, livid rather. And coming back to that point, my shades are red to orange, buddy. and the people I fight with the most, or the people I'm close to, I think that's my love language.
9-6.
Ooh, and I just realized I had a Dr. Phil moment there. But clearly, Roos has her feet on her business because she is ready. Just almost there.
And an interesting time to, take that breather for Danni. She needs it. She's faced with 4 match points in front of her. I mean, if she doesn't manage to save these, it's all over. It's going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult. In fact, easy on the other side for Roos. All she wants is that 1 point. And nice stretch here from the Australian. Stretching herself out, taking her time. The conditions hot, like we mentioned. You want to get that hydration going, the fluids going. And it's a long day. Lots of action.
All I could think about is some adductor jokes for myself, but I think that story's done to death already. But look, honestly, Sarthak, tell me, how is it playing there? Because I went down for 5 minutes and it's hot.
So we spoke about the hot and humidity factor also. I mean, it's not so humid today. I
15
mean, more on the
seconds.
drier side, but the heat is massive. You can just tell by the sweat on Roos Van Reek's shoulders there. It's very hot, but more importantly, it's the nerves. I mean, so if you talk
Receiver,
of one of
you
the
have 0
greats, I mean,
timeouts
when
remaining.
Novak Djokovic
Server,
was
you
playing
have
Carlos
1.
Alcaraz at the
Time
Roland
in.
Garros, the Grand Slam,
10-6.
you saw a lot of stress on Alcaraz a couple of years back, and that stress led to him cramping. So it's not always the factors, outside factors like the heat. It's also what you create psychologically. So the nerves and the stress could be an additional reason for them struggling with
6-10.
themselves physically.
That's the power of lactic acid that does silly things to your muscles. But these girls are trained athletes. I don't think that should be a problem here. As you can see, the pace of the game picking up as Danielle trying with everything she has. But you can see she's falling a little short. But again, I think Roos gets it in this one.
10-6.
Let's go!
Point, Day, Nash. 11-6 to Roos.
Nice and easy in the end for the Dutch lady. Roos Van Reek wins it in straight games, moves forward to the semi-final, and Sarah Burr there, her friend, cheering her on. She will be in action as well on championship court. So the quarterfinals moving forward. 2 done and dusted. PWR winning the first one. Roos V Reek winning this one. And now enjoying a nice happy moment with Sarah Burr there.
I think that's what I like so much about this sport is what you see in a lot of international sports as well as players hanging out. You can see them dancing right now. Unfortunately, the umbrella covering all of the action there.